pointed out as well that Mousesports does have a new player as well. Indy has
Man who named himself
performance.
after a hybrid car, Prius, will be observing this match. Sorry to interrupt you, Robin. Oh, there's that GoTV bug where you throw a grenade in a straight line, but it does weird zigzags. We used to have that years ago in the old tiny Twitch office at 2 o'clock in the morning. Do you remember those, Dan? Those crazy squiggly lines.
Invisible models and...
Yeah. All the GoTV bugs. Well then, Vinny and Honda remain. In terms of...
is a little bit more of, specialized the AWP. Maybe that's what Mousesports needed. That's an aggressive push though from Furia. One flashbang coming into lobby. It's a 2 versus 2 trade. He's in a 3v3. There were some saved weapons on Furia for last round, which is why we have them with a lot of money still to this round and some SMGs and armor. Still going to be a Mousesports round though, but it was an expensive one at that.
So I hope he's able to rise through the ranks again so we can see if he can hold his own against the top flight players out there eventually. And is Acor at the helm for Mousesports now, looking for their 4th round in a row. Karrigan and Frozen with some entries around the outside. And that leaves 3 for Furia. A cold start here on Nuke. Sun may be shining, but there might be a breeze caused by Mousesports. Looking to ruffle more heads and feathers now as Kesrato's dropped in heaven. That gives them great position on the A bomb site. No response to any of these kills just yet for Furia.
We know that Art loves these peeks around the squeaky door with the AWP, and he's absolutely going through any smoke that he sees. So that's not going to work out for him. So, I would imagine that Mousesports would be quite familiar with his tendencies, able to catch that action. And something I think that Mousesports could even take from the book of Cloud9 is the way that Cloud9 were trying to play against Art, spamming through the hut towards main, where Art likes to stand at the beginning of the round, just to condition him to not be there at the early timings, or to punish him for being there. And I really like that from Cloud9, and it doesn't cost you anything if you have lobby control to do that.
I actually really like that as well, now that you said it from C9, because I think it really builds up, especially versus a team like Furia that likes to go through main, as you pointed out, Dan. Because it kind of adds the flexibility of, yeah, we do one time, but then eventually, the inner rush will come or the vent will drop, and by then you don't have a guy in main anymore.
Yeah, and especially too with, if teams that kind of start their defaults like more heavy outside, there is that tendency, especially for a team that likes to push, to want to hit that lobby push a lot, and you're going to suggest that there could always be lots of players lobby. A nice defense coming in here from Honda. He's got a good position to possibly get another frag out of this, which he does, and that's the bomb on the ground as well, leaving Acor alone in a 1 versus 2. Another great spot to be in. He'll swap out the... Oh, that's actually quite smart. Fires the gun, swaps out for the AK in case someone will try to punish him with a swing. But he'll go down, so... Oh, what a great recovery.
But you might be right here, Dan. But yeah, that was a solid round from Furia. Probably a round, we can talk about probably they shouldn't have won. But it's just a day and age in CSGO. These smokes also something that Mousesports I feel like to use a lot. There's multiple sets of smokes you can throw outside. These are pretty common. Gets the CTs guessing exactly what happens here as well. I mean, Karrigan, what a nice round again. I feel like he's just continuously, impressive. The new changes in Nuke was one of the 30 HP. So it was one of the most played maps, if not the most played map in 2020, and we kind of see the meta change a little bit when we talk about taking yard control. You tend to leave just one guy outside. It's an aggressive push here, but we see the tendency of people kind of opting against that now more and more. And if they do leave people in lobby, they tend to be 2, because since we obviously know the CTs like to push there.
Oh my god, he's been on a deathmatch. Holy potatoes. Well, this is looking devastatingly bad for Furia very early on here on Nuke. If they to get wiped out on this round, I'm almost ready to write off the map, and that's not something I normally do. Really need to see something from them here. 4-on-4. Karrigan smells blood in the water. And he's looking for more flesh now as he creeps towards hell. 1 minute on the clock.
Do we do any predictions here?
I said Furia for map 1.
Mousesports for me, all the way.
Oh, that's easy now, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's keep track of Dan here, He's gone back on his word a few times. wants to do the swap of the gun there. Only kills Kerrigan. We know that Mousesports have 2 more members there. Acre holding the flank for a little bit. As they make their way down to lower. And as we see on the minimap, Art is there. Looks like he's behind a silo. Lower, so if they do end up going down there, but actually going to opt to go up in heaven instead. I actually think this is a good call. Would have hoped for like an expo flash or something from CT.
Oh, beautiful.
There, but yeah, then you have Acor doing rounds like that instead. Gets a nice 3 kill at that. Reads the play from Art there at the end as well. And we know though, Furia might not have the strength on the CT side, but they're a good T side of team. But to James's point, they get the time where there's just too many T rounds on a map like Nuke.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like anything is really going for Furia at all.
Bit of a different approach here for Furia with 2 guys around the garage area instead. Oh, okay. I thought it was a flick on Frozen. I was just like...
Oh, okay. That sound is a little ahead.
It's a good start here though for Furia if we compare it to other rounds. Really what I want to see, defensive setups. Well, we know, we've seen at least the tendencies from Mousesports so far this half. Obviously, they could have swapped, but I think maybe we'll see that for next round here now when Furia we've seen have kind of answered to Mousesports shenanigans for outside. We tend to see the T, it's not kind of swapping.
So let's see if we get some more of the same from Mousesports. Looks like we will. Acor going pretty fast outside, actually. He's been opening the door in many of these rounds in the orb. Ooh, big miss from Art, and that's going to be an opportunity for Kerrigan, which he'll take, and he drops straight down to main as well, keeping the pressure on. Nice kills coming in, though, from Furia in response, and that will help them to pull ahead just for a moment. Although when the trades are said and done...
Low on 25 HP, and the timing here is unbelievable. Honda gets spotted from underneath heaven, only leaving Vinny now in a one-on-one situation. Both members here are low. 36 on Vinny and 25 on Bimas. Gets the bomb here as well. Looks like he'll be making his way lower. Who gets it? Who wins
the round?
Making bets, yeah.
I think that Bemis will probably win the round. I think he doesn't know how much time he has for post-pump. Well, he'll know now because he can hear the running. So that's really key information to help him know how, where he can go for it to make this work out. But maybe he wasn't super clued into that because it seems like
I think they had a molly for heaven as well. Forcing Yuri onto the low ground. You can see him jiggling with some elevation. Always nice if you can change your height with a jiggle. Make things even more difficult. Starting to wonder now. Kerrigan will punish him for his curiosity. I think he'll spot 2 of the final 3 players as well. You can see the communication through the crosshair of Rops looking up top. Had a slight check of hell as well, but Honda didn't choose to peek. And again, Mousesports have time to use as they maneuver with their man advantage. There are sound cues to be heard from CT Vent though above them. He's starting to creep now, but he's going to get deleted by Robs. Mousesports looking so sharp with these AKs. And Furia might do the same in the second half, but they need more than 3 rounds before they get there.
Yeah, that was a nice entry from Mousesports as well. Alt goes down. He actually went underpass. Died from the stairs. So it's 2 quick entries from Mousesports. And we do see the swap from them in their T-side approach. Go for a lobby default, but the fact that Art goes down, he actually does move positions too. On the T side, but yeah, to your point, Dan, I think C9 did a very good job in walling the hut and ensuring that Art wasn't very active on the map. Again, Kerrigan here drops some mini, gets a kill on Art again. He's trying his usual shenanigans. He ends up going down though, but it does create a bit more space on the map.
Robs used to make that play, sliding along the roller shutter into main very gracefully. Starting to creep now. Mousesports. It just feels like they're in full control, even when they're just moving into a choke point. There's no challenge on ramp for now. See Vinny desperately maybe hoping for a stroke of luck with that UMP. Not the fastest fire rate in the world. Furia all in isolation, as we can see Honda getting blown up. Now Yuri's turn. get something out of it. Acor is busy looking below him. Oh, he's ready. They all are, really. They've come into this so alert and sharp. Again, they have the luxury of the AK-47s. But they are using them very, very well indeed. And their numbers advantage, generally speaking.
Yeah, you can make the argument here. No nades left on Furia as well. They were hoping to potentially get the 1 kill, but the argument can be made there of potentially saving. Really good positions here in the afterpan position for Mousesports. So Yuri being the sole guy alive now. He gets the 1. Ends up going down though. 9 rounds already down for lower, right? So a little bit of a change. I don't think we've seen any timeouts yet either for Furia to really talk about what's going on the server at the moment. Might see that after this round for their next weapon round. Another change of pace here for Mousesports. We see a different kind of smoke lineup here for outside. This one is used a little bit more when you want to try and fake that you're just going downstairs, or if you want to be fast and maybe you just want to walk across with a bunch of players. But Art's ready for it though. Gets traded by Frozen. That's a little bit of a lurk position outside. The intent was to go down at least 1-2 underpass and then to have 3 guys coming from ramp. I don't think that's going to be needed anymore. Full save on Furia. Still a little bit dangerous here if they gamble incorrectly. There we go. All it takes is the 1 dig, makes it a 3 versus 3, and Honda pushing into lobby now here as well. Getting a little bit dangerous here now for Mousesports. Always the potential of getting shot on the side, but with Case Rada going down, oh man, all hell breaks loose. Acor missing the shot there as well.
He's got the bottom also.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a ropey spot. He's going to need Frozen to help him out here. He knows a gun's been collected. 30 seconds, and he's found a superior angle. I think Honda was wondering where Frozen was flanking from. Got to be flanking from somewhere. He's seen a barrel on a gun. Yuri, but he's completely win.
Art's aggressive playstyle, I think, works on a lot of maps, but I think people might have figured him out a little bit on Nuke. Might be worth looking into. But we see the swap again with Mousesports play. Goes for an inner, execute a fast one at that, and Furia is just not ready for it. You see the setup that they had gone for as well. It was an outside setup. 3 guys out there. So again, Mousesports with really the upper hand here on this side in terms of calling and stuff like that. Furia always in the back seat, essentially, talking about, oh, they've been doing this and stuff like that. And you make the argument there in terms of calling and in terms of where you have people of, you've just been behind and in being able to hold stuff. It's always been that guessing game. Yeah, and it's also like, we have seen in the defaults, Mousesports put a lot of outside pressure on, and this is a really well called game. The executions look clean. Everybody's clearly been in a deathmatch before this one. Yeah, and they've absolutely just, grabbed the Furia here completely on this side. We'll maybe make it a game here if Furia gets 4. It's going to be very much of a, no matter what, it's going to be an uphill battle, but 12-3 versus 11-4. Big difference. I mean, at least we have 2 Mousesports numbers that's low. As I say that, Yuri actually gets 1 that has 100 HP, but gets traded. And man, what a dog. 12 T rounds for Mousesports. Full control. Sanity, yeah, and they might be continuing that trend. As I say that though, Furia hits the A-bomb site. 3-on-3 situation. It's a full-on brawl here. Bomb's not down yet, but it is an advantage for Furia here now.
Yeah, 1080p representative Robs has been dropped in heaven, which will leave Acor and very low health beamers. We've got them peppering through the smoke, and there will be a headshot. They could just save their Kevlar now, assuming they're both untouched. Yeah, they can get a cheap helmet next round. Just walk to T-spawn.
And obviously they won that situation, so now Furia are in a, of course, awful spot. Spending every last bit of their money. You feel like this might be their best. This is maybe the best last chance of getting things going now. Acor on the outside. He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss shots.
Now, what does Betway know that we don't? The odds now. Maybe they make sense after all. How strong they were in favor of Mousesports. Furia have been MIA in this first game.
We have like a prediction of the odds. How often they've been right. Maybe they're putting us to shame here. To your point, James, maybe they know something we don't. Oh man, can't believe Aiko doesn't go down. They're 13 HP left. Again, to your point, you're down. Like, does he even miss? He does miss the one shot there, though.
So my sense would be then to NCS.
Oh, gone up once more. Well, let's see if Furia's score can keep going up as Mousesports are back on the bye. Acor's got an AWP, the rest with the M4A4s. No silenced M4s today. Crouch peek from Art, which he will regret because Acor was ready for it straight in the face. Things go from bad to worse for Furia. We can see Yuri creeping towards main of Acor on the outside. Just holding T-Red for now. But he's starting to wonder. Smoke is up, sees the legs, swipes the chest. And only 3 remain for Furia.
Yeah, and they're just forcing an inner here on bad timing as well. Kerrigan in a really good spot. Yeah, that's worth
On their way back into this one, Mousesports on a goodbye. They don't have much money though, so opportunity here for both teams, but this feels like it could be a 2 for whoever wins it. Acor there whiffing, but does spot the presence, gets a lot of information hit. They hear the dropping. So, however, they are out of position to deal with this. So that is some advantage in position for Furia, and maybe they can convert that into a bomb plant. With that said, the bomb is not there on the lower side. It has to make its way through a ramp first, I believe. So this could start to get a little bit weird because Kerrigan on the flank, Honda takes him down. That's huge. Do they go upper now? Now that they've closed the rotation down towards lower,
this has always been Furia's strengths, but normally we see them more with the lobby defaults and just like abusing inner, and then with the vent drops. We didn't see that a lot though, but nice to see Furia back to their old ways. Acor though, I mean,
amazing.
What a clear, like, Jesus Christ. Normally you would see maybe other players there just clearing it in a no-scope fashion. But Acor is pretty good at this game, so.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Oh, Bemis just saw a T lurking and Squeaky at the end, and Acor's creating some space for himself. Got a warning sign of a closed door behind him, but the door's been opened by Art. The quick scope, the no scope, in fact, will be missed. And Art's got an AWP, but has he got time? 1 versus 2? No, he's going to keep the AK-47 out instead. Got a multi-frag, of course. 18 seconds. Surely there's no way to do it. Trying to pre-fire off a ladder. Does he go to save the AWP now? Suggesting he's going away to save pre-fire. Nobody's there.
Map point. This is Mousesports map pick. Heading into Inferno next.
Oops.
Ooh.
I love that he went for the aggression, even though you know it's good. You got to play the confident play.
Oh, Art goes down as well outside to Rops. The orb can't be collected, but maintaining integrity of numbers will be important. As we can see, Rops is going to get challenged there on ramp. He's on the AWP. That's a good connection, and there's no one to really trade that. That would have been an excellent moment for a swing from Honda, but he just wasn't quite ready to do that. And now they're kind of stuck. Oh, the timing here from Frozen looks perfect as well. And just like that, it seems like 1 by 1, Furia will be picked apart as Mousesports sprint to the finish here on map 1.
Yeah, and it comes off of a very dominant T side from Mousesports. Really had the upper hand the whole half, and that's going to be at 16-7 on the hands of Mousesports there on their map pick. Very, very dominant fashion there for them, I'd say. Nice.